and like, growing each channel monthly and annually, what are some of the things that you can do for the information you can give away? What are some of the things you do maybe on a monthly basis or an annual basis to try and grow things in that time period?
Another great question. Each channel has its own strategy going on. So your like your SEO, your organic strategy, you could always be publishing more content. You could be creating more videos. You could be getting blog posts written about your company or products. You could be getting influencers to create content and post. So there's your organic strategy. You got your paid search strategy. You're trying new ads. You're trying new keywords, new landing page, targeted landing page to the keywords. So there's always iterating you can do in each channel. In Facebook, there's 10 different ways to advertise. Are you really actualizing on all of them? No, absolutely not. You could be refreshing the creative once a month. You could be creating new videos. You could be retargeting in a different way, collecting leads off the retargeting audience. Many ways to skin it. LinkedIn, you could be doing in-mail ads. You could be using Sales Navigator. You could be running ad campaigns for followers for your page. My point is, Bing or Microsoft ads, you could be getting cheaper search traffic from Bing ads. This is a US play more than a Canadian play, but there's more paid search there, cheaper than Google. There's, your whole retargeting strategy. Is your retargeting strategy maximized? Refreshing the ads on a frequent basis, adding more retargeting plays, your whole display strategy, creating new audiences, targeting your previous audiences, your custom audiences, selling more stuff to your previous customers, cultivating your affiliate program, adding more affiliates, getting more affiliates productive, growing your referral program, adding, pushing your referral program on your customers in a nice way and really getting uptake by reinforcing it. So there's always things you can do in each channel, right? It's never done. Like we said. I have to see where it is now to tell you where I think it should go next month, right? And then I can look and see where it is next month and tell you where it should go the following month. But it always needs to evolve. Each strategy can evolve in its own way, shape, or form. If you have someone that can really identify how to grow it, how to evolve it, and really knows what they're doing, because you have a lot of people out there that, with limited experience, limited abilities and frame of reference that are driving your strategy. It's not going to go where it could have gone or needs to go. And that goes back to scale, because a lot of companies are like after this elusive scale, right? And scale is a thing that can be achieved if you're doing everything right for that business, meaning converting the traffic better over time, adding new tools to convert it, being innovative, adding new traffic sources, making the ones you have work better, growing, maximizing each channel to its fullest extent. That's how you achieve growing your email list, growing your audiences. As you do those things over time, you can only but scale. There's no way it won't happen if you do those things. Now, making those things happen isn't easy. You have to have manpower on it. You have to have people on it, and making sure each channel is being managed and strategized on and grown through someone who can actually implement that and execute. So easier said than done, but definitely doable. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think something that you said as well is or at least how I heard it was, don't necessarily focus on the scale, focus on the tactics and the strategy to implement, and the scale will happen. It's like, if you're doing these things, then let scale happen. Like, you kind of create and generate a place where scale can occur, versus focusing on scale so hard and just thinking about scale. That's going to make it more difficult if you just look at, hey, these are the tasks, this is the process, this is the goals we're after, and do the things each month, week after week, month after month, year after year. That's what's going to create the scale over time. And I also like what you said again, is you're never done. Just keep doing this stuff, right? And it does evolve and iterate and change over time. And
Yeah,
that's the way to create scale.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Scale is kind of like the overarching goal, right?
Yeah.
That you don't really pay much mind to, just to see like what trajectory are we on right now? What trajectory are we on this month, this quarter? Is it a higher one than last quarter or last year this time? You know, you always have to make sure your trajectory is going up at some rate. If the trajectory, for instance, how you finish the year will determine how you start the year. How strong you finish Q4, November, December. If you have a strong, if you really hustle and grind and have a really strong November, December, your January will be bigger than it was the previous year proportionately. So that's another thing I learned, is that you really have to grind at the end of the year to make your, now some companies have a big Q1 naturally, some have a slow. So it depends. If you have a big, if you have like your insurance or weight, diet or dating, or, you know, the things that do well in the beginning of the year, then you really want to grind at the end of the year to try to get everything, you know, firing on all cylinders for January and February, you know, Q1. And then if you boom at the end of the year, you want to really hustle, you know, 3 to 6 months before Q4 to really make sure you're well positioned. And then you want to grind all the way through Q4, so your Q1 will be just up what it was the previous year. If you do that, in my opinion, your revenue will always be growing with the same profit margins, if not better. Instead of just spending and the return on ad spend going down, you just have to, you know, out convert the competitors, you know, send more promotions, run more sweepstakes, build the audience. You know, these are the things that, you know, occur to me to grow a company, because I've been through it, and I advise companies on how to do these things. So to me, it's about growing your audiences, squeezing more revenue out of your traffic, maximizing your ad campaigns, growing organically, maximizing retargeting. You know, if you're doing those things, you know, influencers is sort of that X factor that is helping some companies, and I think more and more will come on as a revenue producer. You just can't look at it as like a massive revenue producer. It's like affiliate program. It has to be cultivated, you know, and grown annually. Year one, you might have 50 influencers you know, year two, 100, 200, year three, 300. Similar to affiliates. If you have more affiliates every year, you should be getting more affiliate referred sales. More customer referrers in the referral program, more influencers and bloggers, slightly more revenue from that channel annually. So again, growing each channel annually is the way to do it, in my opinion. But you need people on that. You need a great strategy, and you need people reaching out, doing the management, people that really know what they're doing, or learning from people that know what they're doing. Working with the right agencies, but that can be tricky because they'll babysit your accounts a lot of times. So you got to be very careful about that. But I do believe in having really good in-house people in conjunction. Whenever I work with a company, it always goes best when they have strong in-house people that I can work with and my team can work with. That's always the best scenario. But you have to have that, you know, both of those to have the ideal scenario. So, but yeah, those are the ways to grow revenue.